What's good? Oh, my friends. I'm just in a little bit of a flow statey kind of mood. I've really enjoyed the responses I've been getting from any of you that follow me on Facebook. Not the Zerlath Divinations channel. This is my personal Facebook account that I also push all of my stuff on. um, and it's been that trend. First time I saw it was Greg Moffat's post, and so then I just rolled with it. Of this computer algorithm looks at your face. You can send it a picture of your face, and then it superimposes pretty neatly your face onto a it's like a cookie cutter, like Viking avatar thing, and so it's basically kind of like putting this part of your face on the head of a generic Viking posture. And so I picked two of I think the 5 or 6 options that get published when you submit the photograph. And what was fucking hysterical is that one of them already looked like me, just wearing, the I guess is like a leather. I think it was like leather armor. I think he was like a in war kind of thing, and he had the horned helmet. It was like, come on, come on. You didn't, the horned helmet is historical fiction, but that's okay. Look. Uh, 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 uh. You see, what's been wild about at least me making content as of late is that I don't like the slavery of YouTube. It's I see the patterns now of slavery. Like if you aren't reasonably safe about censorship, you can't really do professional YouTube, right? Reasonably safe. I mean, like, I've seen a lot of leeway, right? Like, I've heard a lot of stuff gets said on the Y-Files, for instance. Millions of subs. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of views. Y-Files is a highly successful channel that it throws a whole lot of things out there. It gets into details. It's fun. And thus there's a generative income where he can make that his primary thing to do. Right? Me, I struggle just with the initial investment, and that's mostly because I know a lot of you guys are like, Steve, do X, Y, and Z things. You know what? And my money also has to follow my heart. And my heart is in the exercise as a bridge to being in the music. A lot of things going on needed to be fixed through this level of internal work to become external work. And trying to be the example of being in that place where this concept that they are oppressing you in a particular kind of way is garbage. Hogwash, as they say. You know, and I mean, I'm just trying to be myself. That's really it. Myself wants to have more of the ability to be anywhere that he wants to be, do anything that he wants to do. And I have to accept that the way I function in accordance with my desires and my needs, I do this. I do a job. And because I found a job where the particulars that I gotta do with that job, I can make interesting for myself, I can do just fine not having a mental break. You know, especially because this is the kind of job I really would not have been able to do even mentally, let alone physically, 4 years ago. That's a big fucking difference, existence-wise. I mean, to feel that tremendously different. About oneself. You know, the whole killing the victim mentality, right? There's a way you can kill the victim. You know, it's just like New Agers and pagans got one thing in common. No victim consciousness, right? But the New Agers, you'll notice, struggle with this. The same fucking struggle that many a Christian has. The anxiety of their insecurities because of the wrestling with the temptationary thoughts, right? And, of course, that then creates a bad mix of what is natural desires, those kinds of temptations. It's not lust, it's the context of the lust. The lust, which is the expression of libido, is an essential part of your primordial function as a person. Where are we here? Okay. I still got a few minutes. I got time, guys. I still got time. All right. So there's really you can look across those spectrums and find interesting patterns, right? You know, a lot of people are extraordinarily happy being atheist because they look at those qualities, right? Because you know, they you know, like their whole bit about like anything, right? You know, like, and then of course there's other people that it's the near atheism, which is basically agnostic. which is like, like, I think there's a God. I'm kind of a good person because there's a God, but, I say I'm a good person by reasonable standards of what is good. A lot of it's agreeable with Christian morals, blah, 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 blah. Right? But then the pagan gets to come along and tells you about how you don't even have the same paradigm of good and evil that they do. Or you acknowledge it as part of a way more complicated matrix of human doings and existential distortions influencing, right? And that just depends on what level you are, right? Because look, I think sometimes because this is such a new and exciting thing, right? It's just like we're gonna have pagans out there, and then we're gonna have shamans out there, right? And shamans are they're just pagans that are serving in that kind of function, right? That's why I call myself Zeralath, because in the Etruscan, there's Zelath is one of the words that I use to make Zeralath, right? It means a cultural functionary in a religious sense, in a religious context, aka a person performing ceremony or ritual. And all ceremony or ritual in that context of that time would have been associated with spirits or deities. And thus the definition of the word. I am having too much fun, right? And so it is the question of what is going on when you're walking around, right? So I think certain atheists and certain agnostics on a certain level, I think, can be won over to animism, paganism by the example of the shaman, right? And then you have to relax and realize, okay, listen, they don't have to have powers, right? Like, you're happy to give them powers because everybody could. Everybody could be a shaman. If everybody wants to be a shaman, that's what everybody wants to do. Maybe that'll be an Age of Aquarius thing. There'll be like a 100-year period where everybody was like a shaman. There were like 3 generations of shamans. It was like a strong thing, and now it's kind of gone into the background, and there's other people doing other things now, and there was even a war and whatever, a whole fucking history, right? But for now, I don't think you gotta worry about that. I think you just gotta worry about do people basically look at you and say like, hey, are you a helpful source of wisdom in my life? Right? Do people start looking at you and being like, hey, how do you do it every day? Right? And then you share your personal experience, right? It's just like, that doesn't happen a lot with the Christians, right? And then if it happens with the atheists, it's science. It's something fucking scientific. There's some fucking form and function answer about it that rationally worked. And that also is the compelling argument of, oh, why bother with that? Just do this. It's real. That's the way these guys are. I'm tying my shoes. All right. So at the end of the day, what you're doing is that you're projecting that energy level of yours, right? It's just like I'm gonna walk down the street and I'm gonna be the most confident, excited, aware, attuned, attentive, happy ass son of a bitch. I mean, just like, you can't believe the level that I'm walking down I'm just walking down this street. And there's just something in my goddamn step, something in my goddamn eye. And everybody's just like, it's just that look of, when they're looking at you, it's like, it's that, right? And I think that on that unconscious level, that's my dragon, because I think that's what I was supposed to learn when I was just walking down my job thing, just walking, and then some guy just says, "You look like a dragon." He has no fucking idea who I am. He has no idea what I'm about. I had no clues on me other than, the way I carry my grooming. My grooming is my only hint, all right? It's a fair hint. He said I look like a dragon. Even though I look like this. He was reading my aura. And my lizard brain was in a fantastic mood. Everything was happy, hunky-dory, fun and sexy, right? Everything was going cool. I'm smiling, having a good day at work, everything else. And then all of a sudden I get the ultimate compliment, like, "You look like a dragon." I was just like, ah! It's just like, holy shit, was that the biggest ego boost I ever got in my life from random guy. And it's like, some people go to church for appearances. And I don't fucking blame them, because they're dealing with other people in the family and the spirit of needing to do this for approval and et cetera, and they're having whatever conversations in their social groups and their religious circles or whatever about it, or whatever life or in town thing, but a lot of people are probably, like, deep down just like, ooh, I wish I was in the position to be with the old gods like that guy. And then I think that's kind of a foundation of how, like, paganism gets there. All right. I'm going to get back to work. I'll catch you guys later.